Okay, awesome. So I'm telling you about some persons who are following me since longer time. You know the story, but it's really an incredible story. So it's a story about a time where, you know, everything was in hold. Okay, so here it was. I I recently I recently moved back to Germany. I was living 2.5 years in Egypt. I was married, I got divorced, but I was working there and I had friends there and everything was great. But I decided to move back to Germany to earn more money, to earn a currency in which I can, you know, pursue my business, my coaching business. And then I came to Germany. I had nothing, like I had really no savings. I had nothing. I spent the time with my mother in my mother's house, and I was teaching online to get an income. And then I decided that, you know, I was in a community called Hardcore Business. It's from my business coach. And this community makes one live event every year. And this live event I wanted to attend because this was a collection of people just like you and me who have a drive, who have something in their heart, and who are, you know, who are really ready to change this. So I wanted to be in a room of 200 people who are ready to change their life. And it was so important for me. So I was teaching like crazy. I was collecting money. I flew to Egypt to make my TEDx talk, and from Egypt, I'm supposed to fly directly to USA to attend the training. So here it is. One day before flying, I had a flight ticket back to Germany. One day before flying, I checked my bank account, and it was just, you know, like 500 euro under the flight prices, even not, you know, counted on accommodation. And I was so nearly about to give up, right? So I had maybe, you know, this 500 euro what was missing. I was sitting in Egypt. I also had no money anymore. I had just a flight ticket back to Germany. And I wanted to attend this event so crazy. I saved so much money and I had too less money, you know, just 2 days before I could not buy my ticket. So how did I felt? I felt stuck. I felt stuck. I felt like, you know, I gave my best and it was not enough. Right? So I felt like I missed an opportunity. I felt like I already missed the opportunity, even if there were still 2 days, you know? But I felt like it's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. I was frustrated. I was so frustrated that I could not make it happen. And you know, like one of the worst part was that I asked my friends. My friends told me, well, it's fine. You know, it's okay. Like just accept it. Just let it be like it is. And I had this call in my heart, and it was not supportive. And one of the things also what came plus, and I think this is a bit like you might feel in this corona time. That's why I bring it up, because I lived it and I solved the situation. And this is that I was not sure if my visa was still valid to USA. I had a visa, but I did not understand if it was an old one or, you know, it's still valid. And so I felt so uncertain. I felt so like it's in the unknown. I had not the money. I had no accommodation, and I even did not know if the visa would work. So this was a super hard moment for me because it felt like once again in my life, I just could not do it. And my family would tell me, "Oh yeah, I knew you cannot do it, right?" So like your mother would say, "Yes, okay, you can live a bit with me, even if I did not want it, right?" So, and there I was. I got on the, I was sitting on the sofa, and I just had maybe 3 hours until I have to get to the Egyptian airport and fly home. Right. So please type in the chat box if like those feelings, like which one of these words feels like you feel like this, which one of these words resonates with you. How do you feel right now? Type in the comment section, let me know. I felt so stuck. I felt between everything. I wanted to go home. I did not wanted to that my friends are right. I did not, I really wanted to go to America. I had no idea how to make it happen. Yeah, I feel not good enough. Yeah, but I really did my best, and it's not working out. I love it. Thank you so much. That the family is saying, yeah, don't follow, right? Don't think so high, you will not reach it. No, nobody reached in our family, right? I love it. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. So what helped me basically, guys, is 3 things. And I can tell you, it was a miracle what I created. And I know that you can create this miracle too. I just know it. So what helped me is, number one, that I had a vision, what is meant to be. I'm just meant to be there, and I had it so strongly that it was one of the things what really kept me up, and what really that's why you are here. When it resonates with you, right, that your family says, okay, it's okay, it's fine, or you tell yourself, well, maybe it's just fine, but no, there is something what is calling you, and it will not stop, because it's in your heart, and somebody put it in your heart. I believe, I take something what I wanted to say later, but I truly believe, guys, friends, that if you have this something in your heart, it's because your creator, or the universe, or however you want to call it, put it into your heart. When there is this energy, you have no idea where it comes from. Why should you go to Africa, right? Why should you come from Africa to Germany? Why should Czech Republic and Germany, it's next close. Why should you have the need, the feeling that Germany is, even when it's for your work, right? That Germany is the place. So my vision saved me, and I'm glad that you have the same vision, so that it's something to really keep up. The second thing is, I needed a believer, and I needed a placeholder. I don't know if it's the right word in English, but I will tell you in some seconds what it means. Placeholder. And the third thing is that I felt safe. And with this combination of this three, I could make it possible. So let's start with the first thing. Sometimes we're thinking, well, if we just miss this opportunity, is it maybe not meant to be, right? If it maybe just something what you like, when it feels like, okay, maybe life wants to tell me that it's, that this was not the right way, but another way. You know this? Like, please type in the chat box, let me know if you can hear me, right? So that I know that I'm talking into something that So life wants me to do something else when there comes an obstacle, or life wants me to take this obstacle, like to break through, right? And it's on your way, because you cannot reach your dream until you rise up. You hear me? Let me know yes or no in the chat box. Let me know. So I believe, when I checked inside of me, and for how can I support you the best right now, that there is an A-type vision and there's a B-type vision. Yes, yes, the Pamka, right. Is it the right way or is it the wrong way? Correct. I love it. I love it. Great to hear. So I think we will figure it out with if, like, we will figure it out. Sorry, I was just doing Zumba and I screamed a bit loud. So let me just try to come closer. Like the A-type vision is a vision where you can see yourself already in this place. And it's like, you know, you can see yourself middle of the nature, you can see yourself with this amazing people, you can see yourself studying in this university, you can already like see yourself in this with these colleagues, you can see yourself there. So this is a vision where you see yourself. And it's just my personal experiences. From my personal experience, this is a vision what is real. And what I mean by this is, like, this is exactly what the universe, what life wants us to do. Like, please type in the chat box if you hear me what I mean, and it will get more clear. So, and then there's the B-type vision. The B-type vision is something is basically out of a feeling. So what do I mean by this? It means that you, like, there's a feeling how it would be to do this, how it would be to go there. It means like, you know, it would be so great if in this new job I can use all my skills, what I learned, and I can support kids, right? Or it is a feeling like I would just love to feel expanded and to feel joyful in my new relationship, right? If and this is a feeling, and if you are wishing and in your heart is this feeling, it can be that this feeling is in a different shape. So when you're right now, let's say, right, let's say, oh, Ahmed left us, maybe his internet connection is went away, but you want to go to Germany and, you know, from Egypt, for example, and you have the feeling that you want to have freedom, you want to have, you know, recognition for your work, you want to have this acceptance. When you are so focused on this feeling, what is great, because this is where how you get happy, it might be that you can have the same feelings in France or in Spain, or you want to go to Berlin and somehow you got a job in a small city, Neu-Wulmsdorf in Germany, and you feel like, my dad, you know, is this really, you know, I wanted to go to Berlin, everything is destroyed now. But in this, when you go there to the city, it will give you exactly what I wished for. You feel like you have a great job, or this relationship is exactly the state you wanted to have. Which vision do you have? Let me know. Type in the chat box A or B. Is it an A vision or is it a B vision? Yeah, new life. The new life, it's a B vision, or I think it's a B vision. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's B. Aha. Aha. Interesting. It's a B vision. So let's move forward. When it's a B vision, it might be that this Corona time, what is holding you back, please bear with me for a second and feel if it resonates. It might be that this time is meant for you to find out what exactly this feeling is, what creates your B vision. And what I mean by this is exactly this: to define it stronger. You hear me? Right? To define it in a way that it's growing in your heart, and that you will find a way to live it, even if it's maybe right now in the apartment, or even if it's when you're, I don't know, moving to your family, or even when it's that you are getting another opportunity, close to the country where you want to go. This might be your time to figure out what this B vision feeling is, because this means that you can create it without even flying. Kelly is writing both. I visited East Africa where I'm supposed to move, but I realized I'm seeking it. Wow, this is so deep. Yeah, I love it. So let me share with you the story how it moved on. So I was sitting in Egypt, and I had an A vision actually. Or we will close the story soon, but let's say maybe I also had a part of a B vision. So, but I was seeing myself in this room of 200 people, and I said, it's this room where I meant to go. It's this room, right? Capability to up level my life. Yeah, a B vision. I love it. All right. So yeah, I'm just so stunned that we are getting on a B vision, right? Because truly there are tools we can learn right now. What I hope I can give you in this webinar, what I hope I can share with you, what I struggled before, or how I made it possible that you can say, this is amazing, I will learn these tools right now, right? And there will be new doors opening up. So I had an A vision, and what was the next point, what really helped me realizing is number B. The second point, what really helped me, is to have a believer. A believer or a placeholder. What is this, guys? A believer is a person who's even believing stronger than you that you can do it. A believer is a person who stands for you and says, it's in your heart. You need to go, lady. You need to make it happen, right? There's nothing what can hold you back. And I am here to stand for your vision. And I am here because I know you will do it. This is a believer. And I think we all need to have more friends who are deeply believing in us. I found this person. What happened? At this time, I was in a community, like I told you, of hardcore business. I was in a community, and we had a private Facebook group. And in this private Facebook group, they had, like the leader of this movement made videos, and she shared like, hey, great, like just 2 days, we get so excited, we already have the VIP event, what's going on, and we are starting changes lives, and we're starting to meet awesome people, and we are coming together to actually up level our business and up level our life. And she made a video. So what did I do? I found out that my bank account is not enough. So I was writing a comment, and believe me, I was not the person who asked for help. I was not the person who, in my darkest moments, when I'm laying on the ground and I'm just crying because my vision against reality, I was not the person who in this time, spoke. I was the person who was, in problems, but behind closed doors, and nobody could see it. And so that was me. But I developed in the last 1.5 years, and this time it made me able to write a comment and to say, hey, I'm nearly giving up. I just checked my bank account. Like I nearly give up. I would love to attempt, but I can't. And guess what? The leader, my business coach, is over $1 million woman who runs her business. And this woman was writing me back, and she said, other people did much more than you, and they made it possible. And I think if you know that you are meant to be here, that you know that this event can change and can up-level your life, if you know this, lady, you will figure it out. And I'm waiting for you at the event. And I was reading this, and I thought, oh my gosh, there's somebody who still believes in me. And she made so much things happen, right? She has €1 million and euro-dollar business, and she is such a humble person, and she's such a great person. And when she can figure it out, and there are other people who figure it out, I could also figure it out, right? So this was the first person, and then the next miracle happened, right? So the next miracle was, let me check which color, that the place, there came another person, suddenly popped up a video in the Facebook group, just 10 minutes after I wrote this post. And there was a lady who told me, I still have a bed free in my apartment, in my Airbnb that she reserved for the event. She said, I don't need a flatmate, but I heard there are still some people searching for a bed. And I'm calling Christina Westendorf because I saw her comments, and I know that she needs to come here. And I tell her, I tell you, this bed is reserved for her because she will come here. And I want you, Christina, to show me that you are serious about this, and to call me in the next minutes. And if you don't call me in 30 minutes, this place will go to another person. And I was writing her back. I said, oh my gosh. I said, when you are standing up for me, I will come. I will make it possible. I will figure it out somehow. And this person, I call her a placeholder because she was there in the country I wanted to go. Imagine in the country you want to go, there's a person waiting for you, and this person knows that you will come. And this person, is already preparing breakfast for you, and it's not possible that you cannot come, So this was the placeholder for me, a person who's waiting for me. And here's another thing. This person, I had the person on my phone during the whole crazy trip I had to America. During every moment where I wanted to give up, and these were a lot of moments when I was still, or when I was in the plane from Alex to Germany and still not buying my flight ticket, there was a lot of moments I wanted to give up. And this person, I could always write her when I had Wi-Fi, and I could tell her, I'm not sure. I'm just frustrated. I'm crying. And she gave me words to believe in myself. So my question for you is right now, like, would it not be so valuable to have a person like this in your life? To have a person like this who not only believes in you, but who's already who's already checking out where you can sleep. There's already a person who says, I have a friend there that you can go to, and we know that you are coming, and we know we will figure it out. Like, please type me in the chat box, if you think that it's valuable, give me a V. If you think that it's not so valuable, give me an N, and something like this. If you hear me, yeah, valuable. Yeah. And I had just, this person saved my life. This placeholder, right? The believer, one of them was the leader, Shander, but this person is called Kimberly, and this person literally, without her, I would not made it. Right? Without her, I would not make it. So I thought the same, and I decided also for my private program, Life is Ecstasy, I thought, like, I need to put this in because it's so valuable for people to have it. It's so valuable to know that you are, that you are going where you're meant to be. So this is the second part. And the last part of what I said, I hope you can remember what it was to feel safe. And I don't talk about, right, that, like, I feel like my life is safe, that nobody is killing me or stuff like this, right? But I want to know, before I unpack what it means for me, I want to know from you, let's make a short brainstorming, like, to feel safe. What does it mean for you to feel safe? To feel secure when you are traveling, or you want to realize a dream, you want to make something different, you want to make it possible, you want to follow a calling, you have this big vision, this feeling safe, you want to reach. Like, what does it mean in this context for you to feel safe in order to make it possible? Is this word resonating with you, or does it not trigger anything in you? Yeah, Mohammed, I don't really understand what it means. You talk about the believer person, right? Yeah, Stefanka writes, a feeling that I'm doing the right things to achieve it. Ah, okay. Safe is to feel that I'm doing the right things. Yeah, to achieve my dream. To achieve my dream. Callie says, have set myself up for success and done background work. Ah, this is so, yeah. I get you, Kelly. I totally get you. Done background work. Research, right? Kelly, you mean researches? Yeah. Yeah. Mohammed writes, safe is, safe is, do you mean, Mohammed, safe is when I cannot punish myself? Like, I don't, I'm okay with myself, I'm allow myself to be? Or does it mean that you are not judging yourself? Maybe you mean judging? To feel free to be yourself? Yeah. Ah, okay. You was writing into private, so make sure that you write to everybody. Like, if you like, how you like, you want to feel free to be myself. Mm-hmm. I love what you are saying because I believe that the feeling to, like, for me, please tell me if it's resonating for you. For me, it also is a component of I'm not in the free fall. I'm not freely falling. You know, there's something what can catching me. You know what I mean? So we have so much dreams, ladies and boys, and like moving, traveling takes a lot of courage. And even if you have the confidence and say, I know it's my B vision, it's exactly, you know, here where I will realize it, to not be in the free fall. For me, it's so important. That's why, Kelly, it's so great. You say, okay, great. Like, let's do some researches about the country, right? For example, let's do some researches about, I don't know, about what happened when you get sent back and your visa is not accepted or however, right? How long time does it need to renew my visa? For example, you're not in free fall because you know you have, you know, at least 3 months for the entry visa or however. Also, yeah, that you're knowing. I also love it, Stepanka, because um these things that you're doing, it's the right one, means I will that you cannot fall because it's on a track that you're meant to be and you are carried by it, right? Because it's on your way, right? And to feel free to be yourself. Yes, I would love, you know, for me it's the next step. For me it's I feel when I feel I feel safe, I feel so grounded. I feel that, you know, so and then I can feel free to be myself. And of course, when I feel free to be myself, I can do the right things. And this is exactly what we want to talk about. And this is exactly what I want to share with you. And also, let me tell you, when I was making the research how to make this webinar, and I hope I make it clear for you, I like the words being safe did not come up in the first place for me. I thought, okay, what the steps did I do, you know, to make the travel real, to do it. But I think it's breaking down to feel safe. So what Ibrahim says, take the right actions in my life consciously. Yeah, interesting. It's a bit like Stepanka is saying. Uh-huh. The right actions. Thank you. To choose the right way. Yeah. And I think, Ibrahim, what you maybe means to be conscious about this means that you know it's the right one. Yeah, Ibrahim, is it what you want to say? That when you know it's the right one, like you are just so convinced, like I was so convinced that I meant to be in this hall with this 200 believers. I just knew it would be the right action to do it, even if I would empty my bank account, and I did. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, guys. How do we do this? How do we know that it's the right action? Because sorry, I just jumped in because I love to see you, and I did not start it right maybe. So the number one thing that I want you to take out of this webinar is that you have an idea about your next step. Okay, this is my goal in this webinar. And yeah, so I want right now, let me do this like this. I think our B vision is somehow here. And we have a ground that we need to build in order to achieve this. And we need to build, or let's say I need to build, in order to create miracles for me, I need to build, to feel safe, to have the safety. And I need to believe in myself, and it extremely helps if another person is believing in me even stronger, right, than myself. And then we are getting into a state, what I call the state of ecstasy. And I would love to tell you, please write in the comment section, a state of ecstasy is a state where you are just moving. You're just going ahead. You're taking step after step. It's like you could, it's like you could walk on the water, because it's a moment in your life. You feel so inspired. You feel so lightened up. You feel so expanded that you know this is the right step. It's a state you're in. Uh, Please tell me if you know this. Like, think of how did you figure out that you want to travel to this country, or how was the last time in your life that you had this feeling of I'm just going ahead. You have this feeling. Did I just describe it well, guys? Can you feel it or not yet? What I mean by this? Yeah. Right. So believe me, I was on the bicycle another day, and I was just thinking about who I became, because my yeah, thank you so much, Kelly. Who did I became because of all these weird things what happened in my life? And I was on the bicycle, and suddenly it was hitting me, and I got inspirations, and I got like what I call in English, how do you call it? Divine downloads. Means that you just know things, right? There are authors who are writing their books because they get a flood of inspiration through them, and you just know you have to talk to this person. You just know, like, guys, when you go to the supermarket. Sorry that I digressed on how it's called, right? I'm going a bit away from the topic, but like when you are on a diet, or you want to feed your body with the right things, you go through the supermarket, you have no list to buy, and you are just feeling that your body wants an apple. You're feeling that you need to grab an avocado, right? This right? Can you feel me? Yes. So like this is a state where you can do nothing wrong. This is a state when you need to talk to this person. You just need to talk to this person. And in the States, like, we know that it's absolutely meant to be. And in the States, nothing can stop you. And in the States, even if you have an A vision or you have a B vision, this vision will become true, because it's a state like like where you are where you are just yourself, and where you're going, where like you're going on the right path. So and then you can come there from so different places, right? And you can still reach it. And what we're doing is that we're covering, just because I talked a lot, we have just 10 minutes, so I hope to make a Q&A or so before we finish the webinar. But to give you some idea how to create this base in order to get into the states, and in the state where just the doors are just opening up, and you get creative, and you get an idea, and you get another approach to the B vision. And in the state of ecstasy, you will know your next step. You have an idea for the next step, right? Are you still with me? Do you hear me? The next step, yeah. And you are able to do the next step, or you're able to get to this next step. And here it is. So take baby steps is something what you hear in every book. There's something that, it's not a new wisdom, but it's so hard to implement. What I mean by this, so I had a believer, I had a placeholder, and I had my vision. And I went on the airplane from Egypt, and I was landing in Turkey, and I had 20 hours, transition in Turkey, and then I went to Germany. And in this time, in the 20 hours transition in Turkey, I was running to the police, and I tried to find out if the Turkey police know if my visa for America is valid, right? I was trying, I had 2 hours of internet, Wi-Fi at the airport. I tried to figure out if maybe the flight prices fall down, so decrease, so that I can still buy my ticket. And it was not, and I found not a police. So, but this is what I tried to figure out. And then I thought, okay, Christina, get creative. How can you make this possible? And I had 15 hours, and I was starving. So I went to the Turkish airline counter, and I was asking them, I told them I have still 15 hours, and I'm here at the airport. Is there nothing, I also was checking the hotel, but it was super expensive, so it was not possible, right, to have a nap, in a comfortable way, right? So, and I was going there, and I said, I'm just curious, is there anything what Turkish airline can do? And they told me, oh yeah, sure. Why did you not ask it? We have a voucher for you, right? For one meal and one drink. And so this was great. And I got to this point, and I thought, okay, there's nothing more I can do. And here's the next thing. So exactly, I was informing myself, just like Callie was saying. And what I also call, how I said, sorry. So I used this time at the airport to play safe. Means that I was in between, I was on the way to Germany. So if it would not happen, if it would not be able that I can fly to Germany, anyway, I'm at home, right? So I could just, first go to my mother and ask to stay with her for 2 weeks. I had nothing to lose. You know what I mean? So I used this time of transition, this 24 hours, in total, or even more I had, in order to figure it out how to get the ticket. So I took extremely small baby steps. I was informing myself. I played safe because there was nothing to lose. And it gave me a help, it gave me a ground on which I could take risks. I still could take risks because there was not a lot to lose, in the real world. But in my heart, there was a lot to lose. But still, it helped me incredibly to move ahead. So use the space, I call it space in between, to take actions. And this is where you're right now. Your life is on hold, and this is a space in between. You want to go there, but you're here, you don't want to be here, and you can't travel, right? And there's a space in between. And I believe that you can, use the ability, you can train this ability to feel even more safe. You can train this ability to let yourself guide by your intuition, to learn how to get deeper into the state of ecstasy, in order to know this baby step to take, right? So take steps, yeah, from the place of being safe. And you are, I hope you're safe. Kelly, you look like you're in a beautiful apartment. I hope you're still at home. Stepanka, I also think you're at home or with your love, right? So Ibrahim, I think, yes. Mohammed, we're all, at least we have a hope to stay, right? At least we have, because there was one other person in our community from the emails, right, what I sent, and he said, he's in between of everything. He canceled his apartment. He or was it you, Kelly? You're nodding. It was you. Okay, wow, so you are there, right? So yeah, you shared it. Okay. You sold everything already. You moved out of your original apartment. You're staying right now with your mom, right? So, but still, you managed to be in a safe space. Where right now there's nothing, like, Kelly, I love it. There's nothing to lose. You don't have nothing anymore, right? Right now, like, just go deeper. Just learn how to use the space in between to take the baby steps. And so once again, I got on the next plane from Turkey to Germany, and I arrived there, I don't know, 2 a.m. in the morning, and I did something I never did before. But I was just so inspired by all the actions what I took. I went to the last ticket counter, last minute ticket counter. I never went there before. I thought it was a bit, a fairy tale for travelers, that you get good tickets. So I went there. There was a beautiful lady, and I told her, I have this and this amount of money on my bank. I want to fly now. I want to fly today because my event is tomorrow, right? And we are flying to America from Germany, right? So, nearly at least 10, 15 hours. And so yeah, so I was there, and I said, okay, figure it out. I want to fly today. Please figure it out. Please find me a ticket. And we tried this, and we tried this, and we tried this. And nearly before we gave up, and she was super patient with me, she found a flight, to, like, I was flying, anyway, so I think I needed to fly here, and she found an airport here, what means I still have to figure out the train, how to take the train, how to take the taxi to this place in the middle of the desert, in California somehow, or was it Arizona? I don't know. So, and I did not know how to go there, but she said, oh my gosh, here, like, the prices are just amazing, small. So, and the next plane is going in 2 hours. Do you want to buy it? I said, yes. I put my credit card down. No joke, guys, no joke. I put my credit card down, and I waited for 5 minutes for the transaction to be done. And she came to me, and she said, I'm sorry. And here we could also think again, like, does life want me to do this? She said, I'm sorry, the last place, somebody took the last place just 1 minute before you. And but there's another flight, it's 500 euro more expensive or something like this. It will go tomorrow, and you will arrive 1 day later to the event in America. And here's one thing I learned, guys. Here's one thing, because I said maybe it's also a B vision, right? My A vision was to go to the specific place, what I did. But I was there 1 day later. I missed, a whole day of amazing content, amazing exercise, and connecting to amazing people. But I made it. And you know what? The fact that I made it, the event was even not important for me. It's, I'm even a bit embarrassed to talk about it. But I arrived there at the end, and I was so extremely proud. And I said, I felt like a superhero. I said, like, nothing can stop me. I felt unstoppable. And so that I arrived there, that I was 1 day later, well, Well, this was even not important. I think I learned nothing from this event. I'm so embarrassed. I learned nothing from this event, but I made it possible. And this is like this memory. Guys, you have a B vision because you want to create something inside of you. You want to create a memory. You want to create a part of you. You want to strengthen a part of you. You want to go ahead. You want to rise. You want to be a role model, right? You want to lead and you want to show your family that they are not true. And this is the B vision. This is the B vision. And so this extremely helped me. All is free. And let me check if and one of the most important things maybe. And tell me if you agree. You need to take a decision. You need to take a commitment. You need to make a commitment to yourself. And you have the believer on the phone. And I tell you guys, when I was sorry, it's still 7. I see the clock, right? And we are nearly finished. So when I was arriving in Germany and I picked up my bag, and I was so close to give up because it felt comfortable. I'm in my home country, right? I can just give up because I did not figure out the ticket in Istanbul. I was surviving, and it was just surviving. And I had a dream, and it felt like it's not meant to be. And I was picking up my bag. And when I was picking up my bag, for playing safe, I told my family that I'm arriving at this day. And I told them I want to fly, but I just told them that I'm arriving. So I was a bit safe. So maybe somebody could pick me up from the airport or whatever. They would know that I would come and maybe sleep in their house. And I got with my placeholder, I got on the phone. I say, I'm nearly about to give up. And she told me words what really changed my whole situation. And these words were, Christina, this decision to give up would be out of fear. Fear is a feeling you can choose. Do you choose to move on? Do you choose for your dream, for your vision? Or do you choose fear? It's very simple. You can't decide it. We're humans, and we have the choice. You can decide in this Corona time, if you're getting on the webinar like right now, and you're using the space in between to enrich your heart, to nourish your heart, to get tools, to get inspired. Or you can say, well, it's all meant to give up, and I will give up on my fear. And this really changed. I told myself, I'm choosing myself. I'm choosing myself, and I'm not choosing fear. And that's at the end how I did it. That's in the end how it works. I went to America. I found a bus from the airport to the other city. I even did not pay for the bus. Shame on me. And from there, I found a train to go to the other city. I found a person who gave me her phone because I could not make calls in America, to call a taxi who will pick me up in the middle of the desert. I gave this taxi driver my last money. Hey, it's okay. It's like it was my last money. But hallelujah, alhamdulillah, it was enough to arrive in the apartment where my placeholder waited for me. It was just crazy. But it all also started that I decided what I choose. That I decided for it, right? So look, guys, I want to give you 2 exercises what helps you to create this feeling of where you are unstoppable, of this feeling where really in ecstasy and you can hear what life wants you to do, right? But it's already 7, so please let me know. I'm thinking like I don't want to hang up on this webinar because I'm talking too much and I'm not giving you the tools. I'm thinking about to send it via email, to send you the exercises via email, and you can check it out and you can use it for yourself. And I want just right now, if it's okay for you, to open up the line and to tell me if you have questions. What did landed, or first, what did landed about what I say? Let me just unmute you so that you can tell me. Do you can raise your hand? Do you see the symbol on the bottom? Is there a small hand you can raise? You know where you can click on, or it's not? It's not. You cannot see it. Okay. Anyway, your audio should be on right now. And I just want you to let me know, what did you hear about what I said? What was helpful? What was the word that you take home? And also, like, what do you think right now? What your next step is?
Right now, as the coach.
Yeah, tell me.
Okay. I want to begin by saying how great. Yeah. How I am grateful for you, and I am so happy in this training. Alhamdulillah, always. My feeling now is feeling amazing, and I know all the steps very, very, very good, and I take action. Really, I take action in my life, and at now I say before I have a point, no past, no no future. I am in this moment really, really because I don't think about anything. I am in this moment really, and I save myself. Yeah, yeah, I save myself and save my future. And to be action, I'll take action, and the end, be well, coach. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Ibrahim. Thank you so much. So
I am so grateful for you again. I am so grateful for you. Thank you, coach.
Thank you for sharing.
Alhamdulillah, Kevin.
Okay. Thank you. So speak up. Please share with me what did you hear? What stands in your mind? What stays in your mind?
I was talk, but now I am okay, and I am in this moment, and I like share with group. Thank you.
Thank you. Stepanska, what stays in your mind? What did you hear? Can you unmute yourself? Wait, let me check.
Yeah, okay, now it works. Before I got the message that I can't unmute myself. Yeah, for me, it's actually a big switch, and thank you very much for that, because I felt really stuck in the mode of there is nothing I can do, and now I feel there is a lot I can do in this period. So thank you very much for that.
This is awesome. Like, can you give us? Do you have an example already about what you can do?
Yeah, for example, the deepening the vision. So really thinking about what is it really I'm after.
Mm-hmm. Wow, love it. Thank you. Thank you. Kelly, would you love to share with
Good
us?
question.
Yeah, Kelly.
She
Oh,
seems to
can
be
you
muted too. If you try to unmute
let
her.
me try again. Kelly. It's working now?
Yeah.
Yay!
I appreciated your comment of taking action in the time in between, and your comment about fear. I heard this note yesterday that we have the power to let go of the resistance of what is, because we don't have control over the virus, we don't have control over like what's happening in the world, but we have control over how we react to it.
Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. How we reacted. Yeah. So Kelly, how would you love to react to this?
There's options. I could just like go back to my boring, terrible corporate job because I have that opportunity. I'm very grateful that I asked to not quit, and they said I don't have to quit right now, even though I told them I was gonna quit like next week. So, but I think during this time I want to explore more meaningful things, which is my B vision, is doing more meaningful and more impactful work where I can feel valued.
Yeah. I love it. I deeply love this decision. And I love the words that you chose, to go back to my boring corporate job or to explore meaningful things. And I don't know, Kelly, did you work on the summit Abundant Soul Traveler? No?
The series where you were sending out every day. Yeah, I watched maybe half of them.
So I really thought about this because for example, who was the guy? Daniel and a lot of other speakers. Did you wait, I think I will check again for you. I will write it down and I will check if you watch this. If not, I will send it to you again as a bonus. There were 2 or 3 experts who had the same moment like you, who said like, do I go back to my job, what is okay, but I'm not really fulfilled with it, or do I put my money into something else and do something crazy, but something what I'm following, like a deeper meaning. And they did it. They took the leap of faith, and they are experts right now, and they went through the changes. So I would check it again for you, Kelly, because I think it would help me so much. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and this is, by the way, guys, this is why I put together the program Life of Ecstasy, because I really think that like it's so valuable to go after something what is in our heart. It's just so valuable, and there are like we can just create this state where we feel that we can find the next step. It's just so amazing. So thank you so much, Kelly. I love it. And stay with your vision B. Like, don't go back. Don't go back if it's still in your heart. I know it can be possible. I know. Maybe it's super small baby steps, but I really think so. Yeah. So, Mohammed, you was writing me in private. Please tell me, can you unmute yourself and share what is in your heart? Share with us what the meeting gave you. Let me check. Is it working now? Can you unmute yourself? Yeah.
Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone, and happy to all of us to see you. For your fear, I think fear is not reason or not to life. For me, I have trouble for 5 years. I was very dangerous for me. I have many problems in my work, but if I say darkness come from the light, I can say this year, if I have gift, I learn light come from the dark. For example, safety is mean trust on yourself and other encouragement you. So fear is not look to forward or backward.
Okay, Mohammed,
That's what
wait.
I want
I
to
did
say
not.
in this here. And there are something I like and when they use action in that thing.
Yeah, so I did not hear you so well, but what I heard is that you want to go ahead and not go back, and you also want to take actions, right? Yeah. Okay, this is what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, great. Great, guys. So
And
I will. Yeah.
another something. Fear is motion, not it's a block.
Action to develop.
Yeah.
What means developing for you?
For me, updating yourself or see the choices in the dark.
I did not hear everything.
See the choices in the dark.
Yeah, maybe just write it down. Okay, I don't know exactly what you mean by this. You mean that you're figuring out what choices you're doing out of fear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a beautiful point. It's acknowledging and seeing when you are acting out of fear, and when you know this, you know how to. The next step is that you know how to shift, right? Okay, guys, so I don't want to take your time a lot away, right? So we already lost Kelly, right? And wait, so yeah, I don't want to take your precious time even more. Unfortunately, we lost her, but I want to invite you actually um, to explore. Like, I want to invite you to explore how we can make this action. How can we make it possible to take, like, to be more like, to be more in the state of ecstasy? How can we do it that we are more in this inspiration, that we are going forward, right, and not going backward, that we have a believer and we find a person who believes in us, that we're feeling safe, and that we have a ground on which we can build up in this time, that we are using this time right now to deepen our vision to understand what is meaningful to us, what is it guys really searching for. So I want to support you in this, and that's why I would like you to I would like to take half an hour for you privately if you would like. I'm posting in a second the link to my calendar here, and I'm inviting you to jump in and to take the action and to see and to really see how I could support you to move on, and what could be the next step for you, what could be I'm just checking right now my calendar. What could be this next step, right? So I'm not here, by the way, to sell you anything. I'm not here to convince you for anything. I am here because I want you, when you go out of this webinar, and I hope you go out of this webinar a bit changed, that you go out of this webinar with more hope, with feeling safe, with thinking like, yes, there's the B vision I still need to go after, right? Like I have total trust and belief in you that you can do it, that you have a bit more tools right now to go ahead. So, and even if I can give you even more tools, right? So, and even if I could stand shoulder to shoulder or just on this call to figure out for you what is the next step, like this, I think this is just so valuable. So let me give you, yeah. Let me give you 1 second. Okay, I hope you can see it in the chat box. It's the link of my calendar. I hope I will go back in a minute and ensure that I open some slots for tomorrow and after tomorrow so that you can use this drive and opportunity to check in with me. And so I invite you to take action. I invite you to get on the call and to see how to move further. And I love that you are here. I love that you are showing up in this time. I love that you are here to commit, to use the space in between what the universe, somebody and some power who deeply loves you is giving to you, right? And somebody who deeply loves you is giving to you this webinar, is giving to you through my voice is giving to you. And that you're here right now, congratulations. I honor you, right? I honor the action that you take. And thank you too. Thank you so much to being here. And I wish you an amazing, great evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
To all of you for all the inspiration, and to you, Christina, for this amazing session.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Bye, guys. Ibrahim, Ahmed. Bye-bye. Stefanska. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.